Hello and welcome to CBA's News in Brief, telling you the latest in Horn of Africa. My name is Yunis Dekow. Somaliland Youth Party leader has lamented on the work of Hargeisa's municipality in the Somaliland's capital. On an observatory visit to Wahen, the biggest market in Hargeisa, Youth Party chairman Faisal Ali Warabe said no one has imagined that Hargeisa will miss the work of 4 mayors who were appointed from Mogadishu in Siad Barre's regime. The traders he met in the market complained about poor services and increased taxes, which they said have negatively affected their businesses. They accused the local government of just collecting taxes and not doing the required tasks for the market, such as sanitation, waste management, roads and market facilities. The traders also stated that they are struggling with poor economic conditions, low market activities and increased operational cost, which they have claimed to have caused the bankruptcy of many businesses. Faisal Ali Warabe acknowledged the complaints of Hargeisa traders, saying everyone can see the current dire conditions of the market, which he called on an immediate change of the capital's mayor and all other mayors in the country through the coming local elections. Comparing currently elected Hargeisa mayors to previous mayors who were appointed from Mogadishu, the opposition leader said the current mayor has not added a single building to the Hargeisa central market. Faisal Ali Warabe added that he will consult with the President Musa Bihi Abdi about the necessary ways to change the local government in the country, and if the president refuses to interfere with the works of the local government, the people will protest and demand their rights. A suicide bomber detonated an explosive-laden vehicle outside a hotel hosting senior military officials in central Somalia, killing at least 6 people Saturday evening. This is according to police. The powerful blast shattered the windows of the Global Hotel in Gaalkacayo town and destroyed several cars, said Colonel Ahmed Bishar. The hotel accommodates Somalia's land forces commanders and other military officials who escaped unhurt. At least 10 people were also injured in the blast in the town, which has rarely experienced similar attacks. Al-Shabaab militant group has claimed the responsibility for the attack. The group has said in Andalus radio station that they have targeted a convoy of Somali military commanders in Gaalkacayo without giving further details. The Somali Aviation Authority has received high-standard aviation equipment from the government of Qatar. The handing over ceremony, which took place at the International Airport, was attended by the Somalia's Minister of Aviation and Qatari Ambassador to Somalia. The new equipment are expected to help the Somali Aviation Authority in controlling Somalia's airspace. The equipments were received from the Qatari government at an event in Mogadishu's at the International Airport. The head of the country's aviation authority, Ahmed Maalim, thanked the Qatari government for its good gesture and cooperation. He added that the donation was timely. Somalia's Aviation and Air Transport Minister Mohamed Abdullahi Salah told reporters at the ceremony that the government will upgrade and build local airports around the country. Dr. Omar also noted the government of Qatar has promised to work with his ministry and the federal government of Somalia. The Somali government, which took control of its airspace in 2019 after more than 2 decades, has received aviation equipment from the government of Qatar. Aircraft over the Horn of African nation had been controlled by the United Nations from the neighboring Kenya since 1992, a year after the Somalia civil war broke out. Somalia, which is witnessing an impressive growth of its aviation sector, is now attracting some of the world's best-known international airlines due to improving peace and security, as well as expanding business opportunities across the country. Turkish Airlines, Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airlines and Qatari Airlines are some of the airlines that operate regularly flights into Mogadishu. A group of Koreans and Chinese investors have been received by Somalia's Minister for Ports in Mogadishu. The business people from Korea and Chinese emphasized developing economic ties between the two countries and called for more initiatives to enhance cooperation in every field. Bilateral trade volumes reached $485 million in 2017, with a year-on growth of 20% since Somalia joined China's PRI. The trade volume between the two countries have grown and people-to-people exchanges have also intensified. The businessmen are exploiting investment opportunities in Mogadishu, which is recovering from decades of civil war. Talking about the future challenges and opportunities, Somalia's Minister for Ports, Marian Awais Chama, who held a meeting with the investors, said that Somalia expects more Chinese investment and hopes to sell more Somali food and other agricultural products to China. The businessmen have been encouraged to invest in Somalia by surveys of Somali waters, which indicate that there are extensive fish stocks off the Somalia's coast. This coast is in fact considered to be one of the richest fishing grounds in the region. Somalia arranged a fishing license for up to 31 vessels to China to exploit tuna and other species off its coast to tap the sector for economic growth, as the Somali authorities claim. The vessels are related to the China Overseas Fisheries Association, a distant water trawling group created in 2012 to promote the East Asian giant's competitive fishing edge abroad. Chinese ships have been allowed to operate for a period of 1 year in Somalia's coast, with an agreement specifying that there will be an automatic renewal for an additional year. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has defended a contentious citizenship law that his government passed as protesters continue to demonstrate against the new legislation. Modi took the stage at a rally in New Delhi on Sunday to launch his Bharatiya Janata Party's campaign for the Capital Legislative Assembly elections in February. But he quickly turned to address the contentious law and the ensuing nationwide protests that have left at least 23 people dead. Prime Minister Modi said the law will not change anything for the Muslims of the country, adding that his government introduces reforms without any religious bias. Modi accused the opposition party of misleading the public about the impact of the legislation to incite them against his government. The Citizenship Amendment Act allows Christians, Buddhists and Hindus, as well as other religious minorities who are in India illegally, to become citizens if they can show they were persecuted because of their religion in neighboring Muslim-majority countries. Critics have slammed the legislation as a violation of India's secular constitution and have called on the latest effort by Modi's government to marginalize the country's 200 million Muslims. Meanwhile, people continue to gather on Sunday outside the Jamia Millia Islamia University in New Delhi, where the protest first erupted. The protest began in the northeast state of Assam, spreading to predominantly Muslim universities, then nationwide. Thank you for joining us. My name is Yunis Dekow. Please remember to catch up with Abdullahi Hassan with the latest from the entire Horn of Africa and as well as stories from around the world. My name is Yunis Dekow. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.